Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Putri Naflah TABITAH. I'm from Big B, the 6th semester. My registration number is 1802020074. Jadi, saya akan menjelaskan beberapa materi dari mata kuliah Research on ELT. So, in this video, I would like to explain about the first material is evaluation models. The first is discrepancy model Frovest. According to Frovest in Fernandez 1984, is to determine the level of conformity between the standards that have been determined in the program with the actual performance of the program. Standards are defined criteria, while performance is the result of program implementation. The second is model CIPP, or context, input, process, and product. CIPP is an evaluation model in which evaluation is carried out as a whole, as a system. Evaluation of the CIPP model is a concept offered by Saffolding with the view that the important purpose of evaluation is not to prove but to improve. The third is responsive evaluation model, Robert Stacks. Responsive evaluation model emphasizes on a qualitative, naturalistic approach. The aim of evaluation is to understand all the components of the program from different points of view. The instruments used generally on direct or indirect observation. The steps are carried out by making observation, recording the result of interview, gathering people with interest in the result of the evaluation. What is important in a responsive model is the collection and synthesis of data. And the fourth is formative summative evaluation. First is formative summative evaluation model, Michael Serafins. Formative evaluation is carried out when program implementation is underway. Summative evaluation is carried out to assess the benefits of a program, so that the result of the evaluation it can be determined that a certain program will be continued or stopped. And the fifth is measurement model. Education, this model has been applied to reveal individual and group difference in abilities, interests, and attitudes. And the sixth is goal-free evaluation approach, Michael Serafins. The objective-free evaluation model means that evaluators or assessors that take from various reports or record of real or concrete effect and undesirable effect in education and training program. And the last is Kirkpatrick's. The first is correction evaluation, behavior evaluation, learning evaluation, and the last is result evaluation. So we move to the second material. Second material is experimental design. Some terms that must be understood. The first is variable independent. Variable independent is a variable that affects or causes change in the emergence of the dependent variable. The second is variable dependent. Is a variable that is influenced by the existence of the independent variable. And the last is hypothetical example. There is an effect of using image media on student understanding of biological concept. Experimental design is divided into three parts, namely pre-experimental non-design, the second is true experimental, and the last is quasi-experimental. So I will explain one of those sections, pre-experimental non-design. The first is One should case design. In this research design, a single experimental group is exposed to a treatment and observations are made after the treatment. There is no random assignment of subject to the experimental group and no control group at all. The second is one group pretest design. A single group is measure of observed before and after the treatment, and the last is intake group comparison. Indicate that the two groups are not randomly assigned. And so we move to the material. So the third material is classroom action research. Classroom action research. The first is the teacher give action to the student. The second is the act that is felt is better when what is usually done. The third is research designed to help teacher or a lecturer find and solve learning problems that occur in class. And characteristic of classroom action research. The first is situational, directly related to character problems faced by teachers or lecturer in class. And the second is contextual. Solution efforts in the form of models of procedure are inseparable from the context, be it the educational, cultural, socio-political context or the economic context in which learning takes place. The third is collaborative. Participation between research, teachers, lecturers, teacher and students, lecturer and student, or lecturer and teachers is very important in carrying out activities. And the third is self-reflection evaluative. The actor of the action and the object subject to the action of reflection and self-evaluation of the result of progress achieved. And the last is flexible. Provide methodological leeway in carrying out research. Classroom action research model are Kurt Lewin, Chemnitz MC Tengard, and the last is John Elliott. And the last material is R&D. What is R&D? R&D is one form of research is development. Development research is expanding or deepening existing knowledge. Development research is usually used to development to create a product in development research. Research and development R&D research methods are used. Jadi begitulah penjelasan saya tadi tentang mata kuliah, tentang materi mata kuliah research or ELT. I think that's all. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.